Bitch. There's so much snow here. I won't say like so much snow, but enough snow, honestly, that it's October. Like, can we just like pump the brakes a little bit? Not complaining. I just wasn't ready to literally, it like rained and froze last night. I'm used to that on the east, not in Montana. Like, I literally was like trying to get like at least an inch of like ice off my car like this morning, you know, and it was like stuck on. It wasn't so much that you could like easily break it off, like you had to like, I broke the I broke the actual like scraper, like popped like the head right off of it, which is God. Anyway, I hope that you are good. Miss you. Talk to your sister. For anyone that's tuning in, this is the Dear Jane series. This series is a essentially me talking to my friend Jane through camera space and then hosting a 15 to 20 minute yoga class for her and for all of you tuning in. Jane and I used to work together at youth homes in Missoula, Montana. We have seen a lot of trauma and crazy shit in our life. And in our time working together, and so our discourse is always very candid. That being said, Jane was kind enough to commission me to do these videos for her, and also kind enough for us to say, you know, let's go ahead and open this up to other people. That being said, if you do have the opportunity to pay, it is greatly appreciated. All of the information will be down below. If you cannot pay, totally understand it, but even $1 for luck is like really, really helpful, y'all, in this world that we live in. And the greater thing is, like, the more money I get paid, the more good things I can do in the community, the more investment I can make in wellness all across the board. So when it comes to paying other teachers to do community events and all of the things. So that's the concept behind it. Thankful for everybody that's tuning in though. That being said, let's go ahead and get into some yoga this afternoon, this evening, or this morning, whenever you are tuning into this video. This video is timeless, so to say. There's no reading or anything attached to it. You can always come back to all of these videos to do yoga as much as you like, and in whatever postures and videos are kind of calling to you. So these days, since I'm teaching a lot, I tend to keep these a little bit more mellow. If you want some like more challenging workouts, go to the very top of this series that dates back to like 3 years ago, when I was like more spry and I wasn't in my 40s yet. Just kidding, everybody. All right, go ahead and ground down through your seat. Let the crown of the head lift high to the sky. Roll your shoulder blades down and back. And allow yourself just to come into your breath. Nice deep inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Let's go for 4 more big breaths. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 3 more. Last 2. And last one. And allow yourself just to come back into some normal breath, eyes staying closed. Always starting off our classes from a space of gratitude. I say the same thing each and every time, folks. To give gratitude to the universe, just recognizing an energy that's bigger than us, that we're still collectively a part of. Give gratitude for this earth. She reminds us that we live in a space of abundance rather than a space of scarcity. We have everything that we need and that we ourselves are more than enough. Give gratitude to indigenous peoples of the lands that we're seated upon, always being sure to name the tribes of the spaces that you are from by name. So here in Billings, it's the Northern Cheyenne and the Crow, the Salish, the Blackfoot, and the Lakota tribes. And always reminding ourselves that land acknowledgement is just the first step in us coming into right relationship and doing the right thing. It goes thought, word, and then deed. Give gratitude for this practice of yoga. It reminds us that we as human beings are innately good. We're kind and honest, generous and just. We give gratitude to Black and Brown people as the original creators and sustainers of this practice, from a space of ahimsa, also known as nonviolent or loving action. We give gratitude to our bodies and to ourselves, to our own ancestors and our own lineage, acknowledging our and their trials and triumphs, traumas, tribulations, and transgressions, and holding ourselves responsible for how we choose to repair and restore from damages that have been done in order to build a peaceful and loving world for 7 generations and beyond. And if there's a person or persons, place or places that you'd like to dedicate your practice to today, you can pull them into your mind's eye. Maybe picture them as little kid versions of themselves. Draw them down into your heart center. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and slowly blink open your eyes and allow yourself just to come back into your room and into your space, and then just kind of casually glance around, noticing any detailing that maybe you didn't notice prior to sitting down or coming into the space. And then hold on to your knees. Heart and chest pull forward. Exhale, pull back. I had a really crazy dream last night, Jane. Inhale. Heart and chest pull forward. J.K. Simmons was in it, mainly because I was researching just some things about like that movie set that I was like on. I'm pretty sure they cut me out of the movie. Run into yourself. Inhale. Heart and chest pull forward. Exhale, roll it back in. That's a story for another time. Inhale. And then exhale. Let me say, I've got no experience and I'm terrible at dying. Inhale, heart and chest pull forward. And then exhale, roll yourself back. Bring yourself back into your simple seat. And then go ahead and ground down through your right palm and sweep your left arm up and over. You can come down to your forearm if you can get the reach. Don't try to force it though. Try to keep your sit bone down to the earth. Big inhale here. Exhale, flip your palm and bring yourself through your center line. Same thing on that opposite side. Ground down through your seat, reach through your fingertips, maybe come down onto your forearm. Big inhale here. Exhale, pull yourself all the way back up. Inhale, arms come high to the sky. Exhale, hands move down to your heart line. Set your intention for your practice. So what does intention mean, right? For ourselves, right? This space of like healing, right? What, right before the full moon, right? I think a lot of it is grounding into like this worthiness of like receiving, right? And then after the full moon, it's these things of like, what is it that we're letting go to create space for the things that we want within our life, right? And you can go as broad as like peace in the world, which essentially has to start with like peace within your own heart and your own mind, right? And you having control over your own emotions, and making sure that you respond rather than react to things. Always back and forth, right? Like having the discourse with yourself before you have the discourse with somebody else, right? But your intentions are for you. So go ahead and slowly roll over your knees and your shins. And bring your wrists right underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Tops of your feet can be flat to the mat, and you can kind of just take some big like movements through your hips, like rocking one way, side to side, checking in kind of with the tops of your hips, where you might be holding, where you might not be holding. Maybe you do some big barrel rolls, moving one way and then the opposite way. And then ground down through your palms and inhale, heart and chest move forward. And then exhale, round into yourself. Inhale, heart and chest move forward. Exhale, press and pull. And one more time, inhale, heart and chest move forward. Exhale, press and round into yourself. And then take your sit bones back towards your heels. Let your forehead come down to the earth. Bring yourself into your child's pose. Big inhale. Maybe you shift heavy to one side. And then shift yourself heavy over to that opposite side. Bring yourself back to your center line. Draw your fingertips out in front of you. Drop down through your heart and your chest. And let yourself just kind of hang out in your puppy pose. Big inhale here. Exhale, hold. 2 more big breaths. Big inhale. And exhale. 1 more time, big inhale. Exhale, draw yourself all the way back into your child's again. Maybe you let your heart and chest drop in between your thighs just a little bit more. Let the upper part of your body be really heavy. And then slowly pull yourself up into your tabletop, tuck your toes and send your hips back in high down dog. Big inhale. You can pedal out through your heels. Check in with your palms. They're nice and wide on your mat. The point of the elbow turns to look at you. The eye of the elbow turns to look away from you. And then slowly tiptoe your feet up to meet your hands at the top of your mat. I'm focusing on, I've been trying to do like floating stuff in my palms and what that feels like, but I'll get there sooner than later. Let yourself swish and sway back and forth, side to side. It'll be when I'm like 90. No, I think it'll be before that, but at the same time, like, goddamn. Go ahead and slowly take your hands up the front part of the feet and shins, flat back. Exhale down and over the tops of the thighs, and then inhale. Arms come high to the sky, and then exhale. Tense your arms up and up through your heart and chest, and then close it up. Of course, I'm cutting the top of my head off. All right. Inhale, arms sweep high to the sky. Arms come high. Exhale, tent. Close it up. One more time. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, tent. Close it up. And then pull yourself down and over the tops of your thighs. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, palms plant. Let's lead back with our left foot today. So the left foot moves back and behind, drop down to your back knee, and then inhale, low crescent lunge. Pull your right hip back as your left hip pulls forward. Ground down through your foot, and then hands are going to move down to your heart line. You're going to press your leg out and away from you to create a little gap in your hip. And then you're going to press down through the top of your foot. Take your back knee up off the mat. If you're like, hell no, I'm not doing that, you can tuck your back toes and press out through your heel, right? Or you can just stay here and lean into it, right? Big inhale here. Exhale, hold. 2 more big breaths. Try not to grip with the toes of the front foot. 1 more time, big inhale. Exhale, drop the heel, tuck the toes, and send your hips back into your half split. Big inhale here. Let's come into some cat-cows in the half split. So inhale, heart and chest pulls forward as you keep pulling back through your hips. And then exhale, you round into yourself. Inhale, heart and chest pull forward. Exhale, press and pull. 2 more rounds. Inhale, heart and chest. Exhale, press and round. 1 more time. Inhale, heart and chest pull forward. Exhale, press and round. And then go ahead and walk your hands back to your center. Tuck your back toes, pick up your back knee, and then step your right foot back to meet your left. Press back through your heels, release through your calves, and then shift forward. We lower and hover. Inhale, lift, big inhale. Exhale, roll over the big toes simultaneously and send the hips back in high down dog. Left leg comes high to the sky, three-legged dog, big inhale here. Put a bend in your knee and stack your left hip up and over your right, big inhale. Point your left toes towards that back upper corner of the room as you pull down through your right heel and press into your left palm. Strong diagonal line of energy, and then turn the torso parallel, spot your left thumb, step your left foot up to meet your left hand, right toes hop out and over. Drop down to your back right knee. Inhale, low crescent lunge again. Okay. It's like I can be layered outside, I cannot be layered inside. It's not that cold yet. Big inhale, arms high. Exhale, hands move down to your heart line. Press the top of your thigh away. Remember, glance back at your foot to make sure it's on straight if you're gonna press into the top of the flat foot. And then press and take your back knee up off the mat. Maybe engage your right glute. Big inhale here. If that's not a good option, remember you can tuck your toes, press out through your heel, or you can just lean into this a little bit more, right? Big inhale. Exhale, hold one more time, big inhale. Exhale, drop your back heel, tuck your toes, and then send your hips back into that half split. Big inhale here. Crown of the head pulls forward, heart pulls forward, hook in with your heel, big inhale here. Exhale, hold. One more time, nice deep inhale. Exhale slowly, walk yourself all the way back up. And then on your next inhale, where is my mind today? Sweep your arms high to the sky, and then you're gonna pull yourself up. Hold here, big inhale. I'm really like losing it, yeah. Bring yourself down and over the top of your thigh. Ground down through your palms, and then step your left foot back to meet your right. Go ahead and shift back through the heels, shift yourself forward. That's not what I wanted to do. That's all right though. You're in a spot right in between your two thumbs as you send your hips back and high, and then tiptoe your feet right up to meet your hands. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale down and over the tops of the thighs, and then inhale, sweep yourself high to the sky. Let's try this again. Exhale, 10. Inhale, high. Exhale, pull yourself down and over. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, palms plant and step your right foot back behind you. Drop down to your back right knee, toes flip flat. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale. Hands move down to your heart line. Press that leg away from you. Press down into the top of your back foot. Big inhale here. Exhale, drop your heel. Send your hips back. Hold here. And slowly walk your hands back up. Plant your palms, tuck your toes, take your back knee up off the mat and step your left foot back to meet your right. Press back through the heels and shift forward, lower and lift. Exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips back and high. Right leg high to the sky. Put a bend in your right knee and stack your right hip over your left as you press into your right palm and pull down through your left heel. Point your right toes and straighten through the top leg to come out of your hip flexor, and then turn the torso and chest parallel down to the earth. Spot your right thumb, step your right foot up to meet your right hand. Left toes hop out and over. Drop down to that back left knee, and then inhale, low crescent lunge. Big inhale here. Exhale, hands move down to your heart line. Press your leg out and away from you. Press down into the top of your back foot. Big inhale here. Exhale, hold. One more time, big inhale. Remember, you have options. Exhale, drop your knee, tuck your toes, send your hips back into that half split. Big inhale here. And then exhale slowly. Walk yourself all the way back up. Tuck your back toes, pick up your back knee, and step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, down and over. Inhale, pull yourself all the way up to stand. And then exhale. Tent the arms and take your hands together to prayer, to touch. And then hands come down to your sides. All right, everyone, let's move it back down to the earth. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, bend over, forward, take it low, palms plant. Step your feet back. Drop down to the knees, cross your ankles. Move yourself all the way down and onto your seat. Legs move out in front of you. Take your legs wide. Shift your seat back behind you, and then crawl your fingertips out in front of you, lengthening and coming out of the hips, releasing the insides of the knees, right through your groin. Nice deep inhale here. Exhale, soften. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, slowly walk your hands back towards you. Take your hands up underneath your knees. Shimmy the soles of the feet together. Bring yourself down and into a butterfly pose. Let your elbows kind of press to the insides of your knees. Feet can be further away from you to open up through the outsides of your hips, or closer towards you to open up through the inner part of your groin again. One more big breath here. And then pull your heart and chest back up, hands to the outsides of the knees, draw your knees together to touch, and then bring yourself all the way down and onto your back. Give yourself a nice big hug here. Chin in towards chest, forehead comes to knees, maybe back of the skull comes down to the earth. Allow yourself just to kind of rock back and forth, side to side, massaging out through your low back and sacrum. And slowly release your legs. Let them move all the way down to the end of the mat. Let your toes flap out to the side. Hands can come to belly and heart, or they can come down to your sides. And bring yourself into your Shavasana. I'm going to read from Justin Michael Williams' book, A Meditation Guide for the Rest of Us, called Stay Woke. There's a lot of really great meditations in here, folks. And yeah, it's one I like to come back to and reference. So today, coming to the meditation around forgiving yourself. The anchor mantra for this meditation is, show me the lesson. We all have moments when we look back upon the successes of the past, striving to return to a moment that is gone. We look at old photos for our young bodies. We reminisce about the old days of new love and fantasize about reigniting a flame that has long since burned out. Jesus. There is beauty in cherishing your journey, but trying to recreate the past only sparks an endless cycle of pain that will blind you from new possibilities. If you constantly compare yourself to who you were in the past, it becomes impossible to make magic with the life you have right now. Give yourself the permission to change. It's okay to slow down, and it's okay to rest. Forgive yourself for not living up to your own expectations. Forgive yourself for letting yourself go sometimes. Forgive yourself for falling off track. Forgive yourself for not always having the perfect body, for not always accomplishing everything on time, for not always listening to your intuition. Just forgive yourself. Every time you fall off track, you're just being polished and refined to become that much stronger, smarter, and wiser. Let go of what was, release your guilt, forgive yourself, and then find your new center with compassion. So with your eyes still closed, place your hands over your heart. And you can initiate your freedom meditation practice by whispering the anchoring mantra to yourself. Show me the lesson. Whisper it to yourself tenderly and trust in the universe. There are no mistakes. You're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. I always encourage that folks stay in their meditation for a few minutes after I shut off the video, so you can just be with yourself in your own breath. But the divine light, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine love in me sees, honors, and reflects the divine light, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine love in each of you, but collectively in all of us. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me, for trusting me with your bodies, hearts, minds, spirits, and souls. And when you do leave this space, be sure to go in peace and remember to serve love always. Thanks so much, everybody. Jane, I love you, and I'll see you all. Well, I love you all, but I'll see Jane you sooner than most. Peace and love, y'all.